a letter that Muhammad Ali wrote me when I was in high school. My cousin was the commissioner of boxing for New York State for 8 years. So he provided licenses for every fighter who wanted to fight at Madison Square Garden, all the big fighters. And I met a lot of them and met Ali multiple times. And he wrote me a letter when I was in high school. And he wrote, "Dear Daniel, I will soon start the Muhammad Ali fan club. I will get back to you when I'm ready to start. Love always, Muhammad Ali. P.S. Service to others is the rent I pay for my room in the hereafter."
Wow.
So really profound. So I mean, this guy was a boxer, middle class guy, kid growing up to have those types of quotes, think about that. Service to others is the rent I pay for my room in the hereafter. So it's like just be nice to other people. So as far as like collectibles and collecting and things I keep, I will always keep that letter. I will always keep the piece of art that Robert Downey Jr. did. As far as items that I've bought and sold, that we've bought and sold as a company, we're making people happy. We're finding rare items like an Albert Einstein book or a Walt Disney book that this extra got signed for being in the movie, and now he's 95 years old and he decided to sell it. Then he was a youngster as an extra in the movie in 1948, and the movie was made off a book, and he got the book signed and he got the crew to sign it. Pieces of history like that, relics like that, I'm happy to pass on to other people, you know, because at the end of the day, we're only, and I forgot the word, we're only like leasing this stuff. Eventually we'll be gone. It'll be in the hands of someone else. But to put smiles on people's faces, I mean, it's crazy, with Taylor Swift, how hot her stuff was, selling it at the National. How hot. I couldn't hold on to it. And you talk about, regardless of what people think of her, you talk about a person who's so genuine, who gives away money to her entire crew per person with the tour she did, last year, the year before, doesn't need the write off because if you do the numbers of her giving away 50 million really is not going to help her. But to be able to do that, and then you meet people that are so happy, again, putting smiles on people's faces that are buying something that they absolutely love. To me, I don't need to hold on to it when I can, make someone happy. Even if it is a very scarce piece that I don't think I'll ever see again. But you'd be surprised, with dealing with signatures of Al Capone, in the mob world, or Meyer Lansky, or, Lucky Luciano. There might only be a couple here and there, but you find it, you make someone happy, and you move on, because there's always cool stuff coming up. So that's kind of the angle.
It's really cool how you talk about making people happy, and then you bring up the Muhammad Ali quote, which is about service to others.
Yeah.
How have those played like a big role in your life? Just service to others, making people happy, like those principles on their own.
Yeah, you know what? I was always happy as a little kid, my whole life. And there are times when, I'd be really happy in kind of a negative slash positive way where I would open up baseball cards, shut my door and not do my homework and play with baseball cards. Wanted to be happy. I didn't love school. I loved playing sports. I think because when you're 13, and I would tell everyone, as a youngster, you still need school. You still need, to me, you still need college. Do you need 2 years at a community college to save all your money and to learn and kind of help you grow into the future? Do you really need a 4 year school? Today, I kind of feel like it's a business. So you get your 4 year degree. I got mine. Did it really help me get where I am today? No. Did I make it on my own? Yes. I think that, I want to stay on track with what you asked, but I think, you just have to be happy and you have to figure out what you want. So then if you're happy, you can pass it on. And you can also figure out what bothers other people and where they're at in their life. So you can kind of give them some type of advice, for experiences that you ran through as a kid, as, listen, you take math in school, a negative times a negative is a positive. So if you can take all these negatives and turn them into positives, from what I learned and then what I can pass on, it's gold. It's great. It's gold. It's perfect.